Encore Overwatch League. Tonight, the VCU Overwatch team will be going up against the NJIT Sharkboys, or the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys here tonight. The VCU team comes into this game 1-6 on the season, and the Sharkboys come in 5-2 on the season. Currently, the Sharkboys are the number 3 team overall in the league, while VCU is all the way down at number 8. But looking at these teams' stats comparatively, VCU does have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to that average SR, almost about 50-60 SR difference between the teams. So it's not necessarily a lot, but it can be a big difference when it gets down into those nitty-gritty fights. But just looking at the records overall, something has had to happen for VCU to be at where they are. But other than that, let me introduce myself because I did not do that. I am Dextron. Happy to have all you guys here tonight to watch this great showing of Overwatch. We will be getting into the map or the game here soon, but let's talk about what maps we will be seeing first. So for the first map, we will be heading to the escort map of Route 66. Followed by that, you will have the hybrid map of Eichenwald, the controlled map of Ilios, the escort map of Dorado, another control map of Nepal, and then if we need a 6th and final decider, then it will be going to the escort map of Rialto. But I don't know how long it will be before the game gets started here. So while we wait, let me try to see if I can pull up the starting lineups for the teams here. So for the VCU Overwatch teams, your tank line will be Hippie and Hippie and Novaden will be your tank line. The DPS line will be Big Papa and Salty Sylveon, while their support line will be Jelani and Swag Lobster. Now, looking over at this side for the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys, you will have the tank line of Kangoon and Antec 3519, the DPS line of Sero and Polsh Jewel, and the back line of Limu and Redeemer. Now, just looking at this overall, I'm just going to say that the biggest place that the biggest area that we want to be looking at tonight is the tank line for the Sharkboys here. When going up comparatively with VCU, they are very, very common, but the VCU has one player there that is just a little bit better than the tank line there for New Jersey. So that's going to be a very interesting look up here to see first. All right. But yeah, so remember, going back on myself here a little bit, just looking at the overall seasons so far for these teams, VCU has struggled throughout this entire season. They are currently 1-6, no, 1-6 on the year with a -16 map differential. While the Sharkboys come into this game 5-2 on the year, but with only a +2 map differential. So every game that they've been winning have been incredibly close, considering that the team that's behind them in the B team, Beefers, at 5-3 has a +10 map differential. But before we got started here, one of the members of VCU's team was in here and kind of getting flamed a little bit for, potentially playing down to the other team's level here. So maybe we might see them not do that tonight. And hopefully VCU has a good showing, as they need it this late in the season. But the Sharkboys right now currently sit in a very comfortable position, not fearing anything with being knocked out of playoffs. VCU, on the other hand, they are very close to being knocked out of playoffs here. The only team that's necessarily worse than the VCU Overwatch team is, sadly, a Peaches team in the Peaches Melon, who is 1-7 on the season so far. But if VCU is able to win the game here tonight, they will give themselves a better chance of staying in that playoff hunt. Yeah, I've just also been told that if VCU wins a map tonight, they make the playoffs no matter what. If they do not win a map tonight and get swept, then it goes down to tiebreakers between VCU and the Melons. So a lot on the line here for VCU. Not necessarily a lot on the line for the Sharkboys, other than keeping essentially what would be in the top 3. Because if they were to lose this map tonight, they would fall all the way to 5th in the standings just based off map differentials. And with saying that, it looks like we are getting ready to start the first map here on Route 66. Now, what I expect to see from this map here is, well, it's actually always interesting. You can see a 6-man comp or a bunker down comp. A lot of times I would expect to see a pharmacy, at least on the first map, just because of how wide open it is. And it really does play into a pharmacy, maybe an Air Force combo of Echo and Mercy in the sky as well. But it just all comes down to where the defense wants to hold the first point. A lot of times we see them here on the roof of Big Earl. And it does seem like New Jersey will be attacking first here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So now that we're kind of seeing everyone come in here, it does look like the VCU team is going to be coming out with what I call a double shield generator comp. Essentially, they're going to be bunkering down on the high ground there on Big Earl's roof. With the support line of a Brigida and a Baptiste, it fits right into that as well. But on the side of the Sharkboys, I'm seeing a couple interesting picks come out from them. The biggest one being Posh Jewel on the Torbjorn. It is certainly an interesting pick, but it can get a lot. They can get a lot of value out of here if they are able to keep that turret up, especially with Salty Sylveon here on the Tracer. It can be a great counter to that. Jake here hitting the dynamite. They're getting some damage onto them, but it's easily able to get healed up by the rest of the team. And right now, it seems like New Jersey wants to just try to get the VCU team off of the high ground, kind of neglecting the car right now, sending Antic back there just to start pushing it up a little bit. And now we start to see the Sharkboys try to come behind. The turret is out, so Salty Sylveon knows what it is, but it looks like the fight is now taking onto the high ground. New Jersey trying to find one here on the high ground. Jake, both immortality fields down for each side right now, so each team still looking for that first pick at the moment, as Kangoon had to fall down there to the low ground to keep himself alive. Sylveon just peppering damage from above, not necessarily even being noticed right now, and can just lay damage on. Jake finally gets the first kill here. Over a minute, and they find the second, and 3 kills going the way of VCU right now. Kangoon, though, able to find a Hippie right back, and maybe this is what VCU or New Jersey needs as VCU continues to find kills, especially Jake and Sylveon just keeps on going in and finding kill after kill, and with Antic jumping off the map there, VCU did a great job of just winning that first team fight, even with losing Hippie, who will be getting back here once or before this next engagement happens. Yes, Sylveon also in that fight was able to get a pulse bomb, did use it, didn't find anyone with it, but did chunk down a couple of their players for the Sharkboys here, and now we see the Sharkboys come around the high ground, try to get anything. The damage matrix comes out from both sides here as they each play around corners trying to get anything, and Sarah with a nice headshot kill there onto Jake. Now this could be the opening the Sharkboys needed as Posh finds Salty, Sylveon, and no DPS alive for VCU right now. They are in a very dangerous situation, as essentially those are their two big damage getters, and now we see Antic trying to get them up there under the high ground, able to knock down Novadine, which is big for them. They get one of their shield or main tanks down, and now they're going after 3 down. Hippie able to take out Limu, but it might be a little bit too late. The Graviton Flux comes out from Hippie as Hippie does find another one there onto Redeemer. Both supports down for the side of the Sharkboys, and VCU absolutely just flipping this fight on its head right there. What a great job by VCU there. Losing their 2 DPS early in that team fight allowed the Sharkboys to push that cart as far as they did, but Hippie there coming up in the clutch, able to find a nice couple picks, but especially with finding the support line for the Sharkboys pretty much led to everything that we saw VCU do there. Now only a minute left to go, not a lot of time. Bongo coming out, Salty Sylveon also throwing out their pulse bomb, not finding anyone with it. But the Bongo now is essentially going to be sort of a waste, as everyone on the Sharkboys is going to be hiding in the gas station right now. Sylveon able to escape with their life there, but look at the side of NJIT. They have 4 ultimates ready. The beat comes out to start this team fight for them. Novadine getting incredibly low. Cero is able to find them. But Salty Sylveon able to find Posh right back, and now it's an even trade, but 1 tank down against 1 DPS. But a huge shatter coming out here from Kangoon. It turns into 1 kill from the bomb from Antic, and a point cap as well, even with some members of VCU there. Just not enough that they could do, or not enough. They could not contest long enough to just hold them a couple more seconds. New Jersey NIT did use 3 of their ultimates they had ready there, but look at that. They already have almost 3 ready to go. VCU Overwatch also has 3 ready to go, so this is going to be an interesting first engagement here on this point too. I imagine we're probably going to see Redeemer pop the...
Double, triple.
Enemy turret destroyed.
They have a decent amount of time to push this cart, but just what a combo there. Not even necessarily a combo that you would normally expect to see. Cero absolutely benefited off of Hippie using the Graviton Fluxer, got him in the air, and made them pay for using it. 60 seconds now for New Jersey NIT to get to that second point. We do see the rally come out from Giovanni to get their team in there. Salty Sylveon absolutely getting chunked down, but able to stay alive. Beat coming out from Liu, who just did pop the beat, so that pulse bomb coming out from Sylveon will not necessarily matter that much. Bongo and Immortality Field down for VCU as Sylveon does find the first kill in this team fight, but Novadine falls early as well. Down goes the turret and Giovanni. Sylveon fighting Gangoon, but both supports down for the side of VCU, so they have to play this very carefully right now. Jake finds Sarah, but the bomb coming out from Antic can be big, and they are able to get remeked there even after getting bolted there by Hippie. But VCU continues to find the kills here. Hippie trying to deal with Antic here, almost getting them demeked, and oh, they're able to, nope. I thought they were able to escape there with their life, but Sylveon doing just enough. A stick coming out from Sylveon and on the Gangoon is huge as they do not have their main shield now, but it does seem that the Sharkboys are able to get back. And just high nuke coming out from Sarah. Already 3 members of the Sharkboys down. Bob being thrown out here by Jake as well. Bob finds one. Jake finds a second one themselves. A Graviton Flux coming out, but only 1 member on cart right now for the Sharkboys, and it's just Lima who dies to that Bob. Kangoon comes in on the ball, but doesn't live long enough to really even touch cart, and VCU holds them before they get to the second point. Just what a great job overall by VCU there on that second point. They lost a team fight where it was kind of a little bit of a necessarily a present wrapped up for the Sharkboys there, as the Graviton Flux from Hippie aided straight to Cero's hands there, found 2 kills right away off of it, and kind of led into a whole team fight win for the Sharkboys. But I have to give a lot of credit to VCU. They did a great job just being able to come back in and hold them before that second point. Now, VCU, all they have to do is pretty much get to the second point here, and they will win the map. So let's see what VCU comes out with here right now. It's going to be interesting, in my opinion, to see what they come out with. Wow, I'm honestly surprised with the Sylveon pick here on the Sombra. I wouldn't necessarily expect it, especially with Giovanni going with a Mercy at the moment, but we could easily see that change, as they might just be teasing us with picks right now. Swag Lobster on the Ana, probably going to build up that nano boost to give to Novaden to jump on the high ground and try to find a couple out, or just get them off the high ground and play on even ground. Sylveon, though, going to look like they're going to stick with this Sombra, which isn't the worst pick right now, as the double shield generator comp, or the bunker comp that the Sharkboys are running, is necessarily, kind of countered by Sombra, especially in this state of Sombra. But they get noticed out by the Dynamite from Sero here, and we might be seeing Sylveon switch as they were running back to spawn. And yeah, Sylveon now swapping off to a Genji. Interesting swap here, but Jake already falls to Antic. Not what you want to see early in this round for the Rams here, but they still have a lot of time here and a couple of team fights that can easily go their way right now. Another nice Dynamite from Sero, able to find a couple members of VCU out there, and a dive onto the high ground from Novaden. Doesn't necessarily find a lot, but we do see Sylveon up there as well, and they're having to jump off the high ground now just to keep themselves alive, but they continue to push the cart. Another jump on the high ground from Nova, then a huge purple coming up, but the Immortality Field coming right back out from the Sharkboys to negate that, as VCU just continues to push the cart. The tank line for VCU has done a great enough job just to kind of distract the Sharkboys from the fact that they've pushed the cart already a decent amount of the way, but Sylveon does fall there, and it seems like the Sharkboys now notice how close that cart is to actually getting to the first point. Delani able to find, or able to res Sylveon there, and look how close VCU is already here to capping the first point, but the picks just continue to go the way of the Sharkboys as the damage metric does come out from Redeemer. Sero able to find one, but a nano already coming out on the Sylveon. They find one, they find 2 off of it. They do have a blade ready, but I imagine we will not see them use it here, but they are so close. But 1 kill going the way of the Sharkboys. Here comes the blade. He's not able to find anyone yet because that Immortality Field's up, but Novaden is able to find 1, 2 with their own Primal Rage. Now they just have to deal with this Orisa, and look at this. All they have to do is get rid of Redeemer, and they should be easily able to cap the first point. 4.5 minutes left now for VCU to win this map and put themselves in a good position. Yeah. If they win this map, they confirm themselves in the playoffs. It doesn't matter if they lose this game overall. Winning 1 map locks them into playoffs. Salty Sylveon falls there, or is able to find Polished Jewel early, but they do fall right back to Sarah, who has been an absolute deadeye on this Ashe so far. They do have 4 ultimates ready, that of the Sharkboys, 3 ready for that of VCU. Jake Pereira's pulse bomb can be big here, as we see another dive coming out from Novaden, and just a full-on collapse onto that high ground from and Jake finds 2 with the pulse bomb. Hippie able to find a 3rd right now, and everything going the way of the Rams. 4, 5, 6, make that a team kill. And if they get enough people on cart, they might be able to fully finish this map before the Sharkboys are even able to contest again. Gangoon swapping off of the Orisa, now going to a ball to try to get back in time, but will they be able to? We see a couple more swords. Ball comes out as well, but is not able to get onto the low ground, but we do see a contest coming out, and the Dragons as well, forcing the Rams off of the cart. Sylveon getting incredibly low in the background, but Bob is able to take care of them. Still, 3 minutes left for VCU to cap this point. As we see the graph on Flux about able to find 1, 2 up it, that the support line of the Shark or VCU already down. Hippie able to find 1, but I feel like this fight is already over, and it'd be just smarter if they just fell back and regrouped, as they still do have a lot of time and not that much space to go. New Jersey having to use every ultimate they're in their disposal to hold that team fight there. Only 1 ready to go here with Redeemer's damage matrix, but look at VCU. They're about to have 3 come up, and Jake has been able to get those pulse bombs incredibly fast right now. We see Josh or Posh Jewel swap off the Hanzo, now going to the Tracer just to try to, I imagine, get some more damage on the backline or just to annoy them. Blade coming out from Sylveon, able to get rid of the Immortality Field, able to find 1, going after 2, is able to find 2. Can they find a third? They cannot, but finding 2 is good enough for him, as they already have 2 members down, trying now to go after this Sigma. Him and Novaden. They do find it as Sigma actually takes himself up, and Hippie able to find Postural, and I think this might be it. And with that, VCU locks them a spot up in playoffs. Doesn't matter what happens the rest of this game. All VCU need to do was just win 1 map, and they're good to go now for playoffs. But I imagine they want more, and hell, yeah, play of the game here from Jake. It was a huge double pick there with that pulse bomb. Instantly gave the Rams everything they needed there to just get the car as close as it did. Yeah, they ended up losing the following team fight, but they were eventually able to cap up the rest of the map. Now, remember, like I said, VCU locks himself into a playoff spot with that map win, but, you know, they won 1 map. Who says they can't win 1 or 2 more maps to win this series and give them their second win on the season, which would be a great feeling for them. But a lot, like, the Sharkboys, they were good, but I just don't, like, they were making swaps out towards the end of their defense, which is normal from a defensive side to do. But I just don't know if VCU has been scrimming a lot this weekend, or New Jersey or the Sharkboys just kind of expected that this was just going to be kind of an easy map, because it just didn't seem like they were taking them necessarily that all seriously that first map. And while I could be dead wrong about that, and maybe, yeah, no, I'm going to say I'm probably wrong about that, honestly. But, you know, VCU takes the first map. The second map in the series will be, it will be Eichenwald. It will be the first hybrid map that we see, the only hybrid map that we'll see tonight, as after this it goes flip-flops, Control, and Escort. But Eichenwald is, or was, the first DLC map for Overwatch. One of my favorite hybrid maps. I think it's overshadowed by King's Row a little too many times, or a little bit too much in my opinion. But everyone loves King's Row. But Eichenwald in itself is a very, very fun map. A lot of unique play styles you can see come out here. A pharmacy combo is, again, popular on this map, at least on the first 2 points. Once you get inside the castle, that kind of goes away as the map gets a lot smaller, close quarters. But it looks like the Sharkboys will be attacking here first again. So let's see what they come out with this time.
Ready for battle.
Sarah coming out on the Bastion is a very interesting pick. I don't think they're going to stick on it, but, you know, it would be a fun one to see. It would be one that I would definitely not expect VCU to be prepared for. As VCU is coming right back out with the same kind of line they had on their last defensive stand on Route 66, but the only difference is Jelani coming out on the Mercy instead of the Brigitte here. Swag Lobster sticking with that Baptiste, which is a good pick in my opinion, especially with the comp that they are running. Sylveon's going to try to pester them in the background. It seems like Sarah's actually going to come out here. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Going to the Castian now. I would have loved to have seen the Bastion, as it would have been a very interesting pick, and one that I don't think that they would have fully expected. Dynamite coming out from Jake, lands on 4, maybe 5 members of the Sharkboys here, as the Immortality Field had to be expelled early here for the side of the Sharkboys. Sylveon getting absolutely low there, but able to recall and keep themselves alive. But now they're in probably a world of trouble as they're able to dash away and keep their life here. And now the Sharkboys are kind of falling back, but not falling back enough to necessarily, you know, just regroup. They are still staying past that choke point, but they are playing themselves into this small little room right here, just past choke point. VCU doing a good job just holding their defense right now. Redeemer, though, just building up that damage matrix. Kangoon opening the killing here onto Novaden, and everything might be going Sharkboys' way, or as they already have 1 pick and 1 tick, make that 2 ticks and 2 picks. And I don't think VCU has necessarily anything ready for this fight. Only 3 members of VCU fell in that entire fight, but they let the point completely go there. A lot of ultimates already built up for the Sharkboys. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, necessarily not a lot built up for the Sharkboys. Only a beat and a high noon are necessarily close to things ready for them. Salty Sylveon swapping off of the Tracer, now going to a Pharah, which is interesting considering they have a direct counter to Pharah on the Sharkboys, especially the one that's been an absolute deadeye. Here comes Bob from Jake, gonna... Oh, I believe they want to try to get on the card to stall it out, but just missed it. But they are playing them into a corner right now. Beat coming out from Limu to keep their team alive, as Salty Sylveon absolutely gets chunked down there by Saro there. The res coming out, though, will get them right back in the fight, but now it looks like we've seen the Sharkboys going through the castle under the round. Another damage matrix coming out from the side of the Sharkboys, but a huge Graviton Flux from Hippie leads to 3 kills, 4 kills. 5 kills, and only trying to get rid of this Reaper now for the team kill. And finally, Hippie just absolutely carrying his team through that team fight. Great job overall by the Rams. There's still a large time bank left for the Sharkboys. Not necessarily anything they have to worry about yet, but they don't want to have VCU just start to rotate ultimates here and just hold this high ground. They want to try to get it through this initial choke point here, as we do see the Sharkboys coming back up the stairs to the, trying to get onto the high ground, but still being able to take out Limu is a big pick for them. 1 support down, especially their speed boost. That will kind of keep the Sharkboys within the castle here for a little bit, as they need to wait for him to come back. Damage boost is on Sylveon now, as they still wait for them to come out of the castle. Sylveon able to find Saro, and now they are kind of just controlling the pace of this map. Still in the castle, we finally see them. Bob and the Bongo coming out from the side of VCU. Look at that, 3, 4. Here comes 5 after, 5 kills there. Almost a team kill, as the only one remaining member alive for the Sharkboys was Saro, who has just respawned back. Already chunked a minute down off that clock. VCU has done so far. Great job on this defensive hold, but look at what the Sharkboys have coming in this next engagement. 4 ultimates ready to go. That Death Blossom will be huge for them. But a huge barrage from Sylveon finds 4. Is able to get the DMAC on to from Antic, and now should be able to find Antic just after a little bit here. They're trying to stagger them, which is a smart play here. And just kind of weighing out, Swag Lobster just says, nah, take care of that. But what a huge turn of events there for VCU. But still the same kind of problem I was talking about before that barrage came out. The Sharkboys have 4 ultimates ready to go, while VCU really only has their supports ultimates ready to go and a Graviton Flux that Hippie will get here probably by the time this next team fight starts. Saro and Postule absolutely getting chunked down here, be able to get healed back up, but Saro not able to, as a nice headshot coming out there from Novaden, and VCU is just doing a great job of holding them after this first choke point here. They are keeping them in tight, confined areas, which is not their thing. Here comes the Graviton Flux. It finds 3, I believe, but no one comes from it to start off. Sylveon, though, does find Redeemer, who does have that damage matrix ready to go, and they find Limu out as well. They're trying to find another one. Hippie able to find the Ryan of Kangoon here, and the DMAC coming out from Antec. Swag Lobster is the one credited with that. Jake able to take care of Postule. A minute and a half left. VCU has done a great job, absolutely, just chunking this time bank down. And look at this, 4 ultimates, almost 5 ready for VCU, but 5, oh, actually, no. The Sharkboys are going to come in this next fight with all 6 ultimates ready to go. I imagine we're going to probably see the, at least, I'm assuming we're going to see the damage rates come out, a bomb, and probably a Death Blossom as well. The bomb doesn't find anyone. Here comes the high noon, but Sylveon's barrage instantly cancels that out. What a turn of events here, but look at this. The Sharkboys have continued to push the card up a little bit. Jake able to find Redeemer here. No damage matrix for them in this fight. Hippie finds Postule. No Death Blossom in this fight either, as VCU just continues to pick off members of the Sharkboys. All members down except for the few that fell early in that engagement. And look at this already. 3 ultimates were used by the Sharkboys in that last engagement, and 4, almost 5 ultimates ready for VCU. Kind of a complete reversal of what happened in that first game. Or in that last, in that last team fight. VCU done a great job so far. They're Sylveon able just to rain damage in from these small rooms, as there goes Cero. The damage, or the boggle coming out from Nomadine, able to already get rid of the immortality field from Redeemer. We see Postule come up here. She's gonna probably try to hit the Death Blossom. Able to, but not able to find anyone yet, as everyone side of the Sharkboys has fallen, and they aren't able to get back to the card. What an incredible hold there from VCU. I had to take a quick drink of water there, but what an absolute performance there from the Rams of Virginia Commonwealth University. Not much I can say there. They pretty much got rolled over on the first point. But they were really smart. They only lost 3 characters or 3 heroes that entire first fight. They didn't overpush it, and they just fell back, and it absolutely worked out for them. They were able to get everyone back onto that castle high ground right away, and the swap from Salty Sylveon off of that Tracer to the Pharah was a huge thing for them. We saw a 4-person barrage come out for them, really 4.5, with the DMAC onto the Diva of Antic there. But just what a defensive hold from VCU there on the second point. So now it is VCU's time to attack. Let's see what they're going to come out with here. Coming out with almost pretty much the same thing they ran on defense, but DPS line completely different, and Limu going off the Mercy. Now going with the Zenyatta, which I like the pick, especially... Oh, wait. No, I'm looking at the wrong teams. My bad. New Jersey actually coming out with the Zenyatta, which is an interesting pick. We are still seeing the pharmacy combo for the Rams right now. Jake going with the Tracer, which is something that we haven't seen them play so far this game, but it does look like they're going with pretty much a dive bomb. Salty Sylveon absolutely already high up in the sky, but is getting peppered. Not necessarily anyone there, as I imagine we might be seeing a swap come out for them. Yeah, going right back over to the Genji. They kind of got a good aerial UAV view on them, but Hippie absolutely getting DMEC there is not what you want to see, and Novaden falls early in this fight. We're gonna have to see VCU just kind of fall back right now and just kind of regroup right now. Already the first team fight won by the Sharkboys. But even through all that, not necessarily a lot of ult charge built up for either side. Hippie really even get... Oh, no, Hippie still DMEC. Never mind. Redeemer still necessarily not getting high enough, but Cero's able, with the help of Zen and Orisa, able to just take care of Sylveon, but the res coming back out, gets Sylveon ready back into this team fight. Antic was sleeping there for a moment, but is now woken up, and we finally see VCU push through the choke point here. Now, can they get any little foothold here on this point? They need to find an opening pick though, because they can't do it in a straight 6v6. They need to find someone here. Postule already has that Molten Core ready, which I imagine we'll see here get used incredibly early, or wait for a combo with Redeemer here to give it an insane amount of damage. But here comes the Nano on to Nova, and the Molten Core comes out from them as well. Still, no one following each way. Sylveon, though, able to take care of Ceros there for a little bit of revenge. Down goes the turret from Postule, and now VCU is collapsing in, but Postule able to take out Novaden, but we see Jake almost take care of Postule. Postule still on like 1 health, still alive, but finally taking care of as is with Redeemer, but we are still seeing a team fight happen on point right now. But right now, VCU just absolutely cleaning up after all that, and they should be able to take first point here. Salty Sylveon low on health. Oh, but the Rockets from Cerro able to take care of them, as now we see New Jersey fall back here and get to play that high ground just like VCU did. A little bit less time for VCU here on their attack, but they don't necessarily need to get it that far. They just need to get it past this bridge here, especially with this dive comp and the supports that the Sharkboys have right now. I feel like they absolutely have a good opportunity, especially with this pulse moment. It gets the stick on to Postule, but the Immortality Field coming out, absolutely saving his life. A dive coming out here from Nobody, who does have the Primal Rage ready, but all they really do is take care of that turret wall. They're up there saving that Primal Rage for a moment. Sweglobster almost does have that Nano ready to go. I imagine that's going to be coming here, or we might see a Dragon Blade come out. The Bongo, though, coming out from Cancun here might be something they have to worry about, as it does find Jake Peralta. Here comes the Nano from Sarah. It does find Swag, but Swag able to get the reverse kill right back onto them, so pretty much canceling out that visor right away. 2 ultimates used there for the Sharkboys, but they still have a lot in their bank. But look at VCU. They have 4 going to be ready in this next engagement. If Hippie can get a good rocket strike onto the side of the other team, it can get that bomb ready. But I imagine we're going to either see a dive Nano here come out, or a Dragon Blade or Dragon Nano come out here on to Salty Sylveon. Just kind of waiting for it. I imagine we're going to see the dive from Novaden come up there first, just to disrupt them a little bit, and then we'll see the Nano or the Blade come out. Both of those opponents, or two that wait, the Nano comes out on the Sylveon. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Sylveon goes and trying to find someone, but the Transcendence coming out. It comes out from the button. Oh my goodness, the Sharkboys completely forgot about the card, and VCU able to push the rest of the way and go up 2-0 in the series and give them game point.
Play of the game.
Yeah, Hippie getting credit with the play of the game is not one I expected to see here. But this was a huge Grouton Flux from Hippie. Finds 3, gets the DMAC here, and just continues to go in, finding a 4th member there, and eventually a 5th on to Antec. Just what a performance from VCU. Definitely showing me that what their record is not, or basically kind of, yeah, their record is not showing how good this team actually is. Maybe it was just a couple people had some off games that got them to this point, but they have absolutely turned it around here as of late, especially in this series. Already up 2-0 on the Sharkboys here. They're on game point, as we will be heading to Ilios here. And we will be taking a quick break before we get into that third map. And welcome back, everyone. Remember, or so far this series, VCU has won the first 2 maps, giving them game point going into the 3rd map here on Ilios. But all that VCU needed to do so far in this series was at least win 1 map, and they've locked themselves in the playoffs. But they want more. They won that 2nd map in a very, very dominant fashion over the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys here. And now we'll be going to the map of Ilios. But let's see which team plays better here with a control map here. But so far, VCU has been absolutely on it right now. They are definitely showing that what their record is not how good they are. Remember, they come into this game 1-7 on the season, but right now they're looking like a team that is 7-1 with how they're playing against the Sharkboys. The Sharkboys, however, come in this game only dropping 2 games so far in the season with a 5-2 record. So, like, it's just been a kind of reverse of this kind of this. I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly. But we are going into Ilios now. Cero again teasing the Bastion. We won't see it, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Sylveon coming back out on the Sombra here. It might just be for scouting again, because that's what we saw Sylveon do on Route 66. Come out on the Sombra, get a little bit of information on the other team, and then go right back and swap over to a Genji. Jake coming out with a Reaper this time. First time we're seeing that, but VCU sticking with the dive comp here. The Sharkboys coming out with more of a brawl comp. The standard brawl comp, in my opinion. But we already see VCU taking Sylveon hacking that large health pack there. So now that they have that for a little bit, it's going to sustain them a little bit as well. Sylveon just trying to find a hack on someone, gets a hack, but onto the wrong person. It does go on to Limu, who is still able to keep some members alive, but look at that, a boop kill from Jelani onto Antic, but Posh comes right back onto Novaden. Sylveon able to find Redeemer though, and a boop from another boop from Giovanni, able to get a 2nd person off the map. Jake finds Limu, and Swag Lobster finds Sarah, and this first point already has been capped by VCU. Ooh, and what a nice pick off there from Jelani, getting a very, very late kill on the Kangoon there, who did start the charging animation, but the delay on Jelani's shots from Lucio's weapon, able to take them out before they were able to take themselves out. But VCU already nearing 25% on that point here. We see them actually playing a little far up. Swag Lobster able to find Redeemer. Already the Baptiste down for the Sharkboys right now, and it seems the Rams want to just go in for more blood. Jake almost has that Death Blossom ready to go. I imagine he did not want to be teleported right there, but he is able to escape with his life. The Coalescence coming out from Swag Lobster right now as a huge EMP comes out from Sylveon, but 3 kills go the way of the Sharkboys right now. Swag Lobster able to take out Posh Jewel with the Coalescence here and find Cero out as well, but there's just not enough members of VCU right now to withstand this fight, in my opinion, but they are trying their best right now. Already ticking close to 60%. They are just they're trying to hold this point as far as they can. Some members come back. The beat killing out from Jelani as Antic is able to find Hippie there though, but Sylveon gets rid of the Immortality Matrix. Or field, a bomb coming out is able to find Sylveon, so 2 members of VCU down already. But here comes Death Blossom, not finding anyone. Does Jake there? Kangoon able to find 2-3 members of the VCU team fall, and finally we see the Sharkboys take point for the first time after 76% going over to VCU. A good fight overall by the Sharkboys, honestly, but they should have been able to cap that point a lot sooner, especially since the VCU lost 3 members early, especially with a huge EMP coming out from them. But VCU just able to stall on that point long enough, and now they're going to kind of play this slow here, let everyone come back. Hippie is the only one with an ultimate ready to go right now. Kangoon can get it pretty fast, as we do see Sylveon here get a hack out on to Postural. Here comes the bomb from Hippie, not able to find anyone right now, but Jake able to take care of Redeemer's Immortality Field. Novaden absolutely losing this fight right now with Postural, and Postural just continues going 2-3 members of VCU down before Jake is able to find them, but it doesn't last long as the Sharkboys get right back into the kill feed there. They're getting really close now to overtaking VCU, only about 20% left for them. So probably by the next engagement, they'll be in the lead. The Sharkboys have 2 ultimates ready, though. The Death Blossom and the Damage Major can be huge for them here, but Salty Sailbound almost has that EMP, and Swag Lobster does have a Coalescence ready to go. The Damage Major is already coming out, but a huge charge from Cancun takes care of Sailbound. Swag Lobster able to find 1, 2 with their Coalescence, trying to heal up Hippie over there, not able to do enough as Hippie gets team back right now. And now they're kind of just trying to do what they can, but more and more members of the Rams continue to fall. The team kill going over here for the Sharkboys right now. Actually, no, Sylveon's still alive. They do have that EMP ready to go. Primal Rage also ready for VC. Almost another Death Blossom, but right now, 3 ultimates ready for the Sharkboys. EMP is probably going to come out here. It hits 5, but the beat able to come out from Lima will withstand them through it. That was the one person who were probably looking to get that EMP, but just was not able to find it. Death Blossom coming out from Jake, but it immediately gets it canceled out with a nice shatter from Cancun. Shadow able to find 1 with his high noon, and the kills just keep going the way of the Sharkboys as it gets into overtime. And I believe this first point is going to be going to the Sharkboys. But it's a kind of the first half of that point. VCU showed that they were carrying that dominance from both Route 66 and Eichenwald, but after essentially what should have been a team fight win for them absolutely flipped on their head, it seemed like the Sharkboys finally found their confidence and got right back into the game there, and basically never really let VCU get a good foothold in that first map again. But now we go here to map 2. It looks like the only really swap coming out from VCU right now is Sylveon going to that. Oh, we have to see a pharmacy combo come out here. Swag Lobster now swapping over to the Ana instead. I like this a little bit more for them. No swaps coming out from the Sharkboys because, you know, why break a good thing? But we're seeing the Sharkboys kind of play around this room now, fully rotating around closer to VCU spawn right now, and VCU does have a little bit of a high ground here, especially with Salty Sylveon in the sky. Postural able to take out Novaden early in this fight. Sylveon, though, still should be able to rain some damage down Sarah, though, getting a nice couple hits on them as they are not, and finally get some support from the Mercy. But it seems like, I thought they were going to let VCU cap the point first, but it was already 1 member down. Make that 2 as Jake falls. It seems like the Sharkboys should be able to cap point first here. But we still see Sylveon raining damage down, able to find Postural out. They have a barrage ready. Will they use it here? They might have seen an opening there, but Antic just able to do enough to prevent them from doing it. But every kill is starting to go the way of the Rams. Only Antic left alive, and they get slept into their grave. That is a really overkill on the definition of sleeping 6 feet under there. But now VCU caps point first up. The really, really long-winded team fight. Almost 3-4 ultimates ready for them right now. Only 1 ready for the Sharkboys as Postural is now swapping over to this Tracer. So they did use their ultimate in the last team fight, I'm assuming. But now we need to see what the Sharkboys can do here. Salty Sylveon still sitting on that barrage. Getting the Nano here is an interesting pick, especially if they cannot use the barrage. But here comes it, finds 1. Will it find a second? It does not, but Novaden able to find a second. Hippie able to find a third, and 3, 4 kills going the way of it. Novaden jumps into his own death, but so does Antic as well. Sylveon able to find Posh, and Jake able to find Lumi for a nice good team fight win for VCU there. And they only really used they used 3 ultimates in that last team fight, and they have 3 ready to go. The Sharkboys, on the other hand, used only 1 ultimate in that last team fight, but they have 4 ready to go. So it can be just looking at Ulticom, it is kind of leaning over in the way of the Sharkboys right now. But if Sylveon and especially Hippie or Jake can find a couple good kills here to start off everything here, it can be big for VCU. Sylveon already getting rid of the Immortality kill. The flashbang kill from Sero out on the Jake, but look at this. The Sharkboys find the first 3 kills in this. Here comes a res from Jelani on the Swag Lobster, but Hippie falls. It seems that Sero is just going back to being that Deadeye that we saw in the first map. Redeemer able to take out Salty Sylveon, who was not getting pocketed because instead of pocketing them, they were pocketing Swag Lobsters to try to keep their support lines up right now. But after 86%, the Sharkboys finally able to take point. 3 ultimates ready for the Sharkboys. Only 2 ready for VCU, but if Sylveon can land 1 or 2, like, oh, and look at that. They already have a Barrage ready. They find 1 kill, but instantly get taken out by Saros. Not how you want to start this team fight here, but it looks like they might be trying to get the res. No, they do not. No, then getting incredibly close, but just gets charged into a wall to his own death, and now it's that yeah, the Shark. Oh. I just got told that VCU wasted Nano in that last engagement. I imagine it went on the Novaden there to try to keep them up, but they just didn't get enough health from that to keep themselves alive. And now Salty Sylveon still sitting on that Barrage here. Sero still sitting on that High Noon as well. So it is kind of a mixed thing here, but Hippie eats the Pulse Bomb from Postural, and stuff's starting to go the way of VCU. There we go. A Pulse Bomb kill on to Sero from Jake. Can they snowball this into 1 or 2 more kills? But no, Postural able to come right back and find one on to Jake. But the Barrage from Sylveon able to find one. Novaden with the Primal Rage kill again onto Antic, knocking them into the pit. Hippie able to find Kangoon, and now it is really only this Lucio on point of Limu, and they fall. But New Jersey Institute of Technology here will be able to retake the lead, but not for long, as once VCU cap point, they are now back in the lead. 95% and counting for them. Bomb coming out from Antic, not finding anyone right now. That High Noon is coming up, but doesn't find anyone as well. A Nano coming out onto Sylveon can be very dangerous right now for the Sharkboys. Jake finds one. Hippie finds one with his bomb. Already 2 members of the Sharkboys down. VCU doing a good job here, just cleaning up kills. Already the main tank down. The off tank getting D-Mech there and falling. But Postural and Sero doing a good job finding some members, but Sero falls. Antic falls. Only Postural left alive, but oh no, they fell as well. But VCU able to take the second map on Ilios here, making this map 3 very, very important for both sides. For VCU, they win this point 3, they win the series. For New Jersey, if they win this point 3, they prolong the series and start their road to a reverse sweep. This has been a really back and forth match from both the teams so far, especially on Ilios. It seems that we're finally seeing a little bit, or how close these teams are evenly. They're very evenly ranked, or when put up against each other, they are very, very evenly matched right now. Each team taking 1 of the points so far. So this map 3, like I said, is pivotal for both sides. No swaps coming out from the side of VCU. We see no swaps as well from the side of New Jersey. Both playing the same ones they were rocking with last time. Sylveon getting a little bit chunked down here, trying to get a boot kill off the map, but the Sharkboys able to take control of the point first, and probably aren't going to let it go until it gets opened here. But Swagalops able to find one right back, but Postural coming right back, finding Sylveon. Novaden jumping in though, but Hippie getting D-Mech'd and falling off the map, and it's starting to go downhill for VCU right now. First point, or point open, and point immediately gets capped by the Sharkboys, and everything after that. The first kill going the way of VCU, but nothing really much after that went their way. Sharkboys now gonna push up a little bit here, be a little bit aggressive, which I'd like to see from them. This is especially with the comp they have here, it is good to see them being this aggressive. But now they're kind of falling back to point, playing it very safe. Again, another smart move by the Sharkboys here. But right now, VCU is close to a couple ultimates here. The Nano is probably the one they're going to be looking at here to start stuff out with. But Sylveon able to find Limu is a big pick for them. But right now, they continue to rain down. The Immortality Field has come out here. Sylveon is able to get rid of it. Damage Rating comes out. Sylveon looking for that barrage. Finds 1, 2, 3, 4. Able to find 5 there after everything is said and done. What another amazing barrage there from Salty Sylveon. 45% on the board for the Sharkboys before VCU is able to retake the point there. Only having to use that barrage there to win that team fight was huge for them. But the Sharkboys are going to come back into this next engagement with 4 ultimates ready to go. But Jake starts off everything with a Pulse Bomb, able to find Sarah, instantly getting rid of one of those ultimates that they had ready to go, and now the Sharkboys might have to just kind of stagger a little bit and wait for Jake to come back. Or I mean, Sarah to come back. Jake in the backline, bomb coming out from Posture. They're not finding anyone as we see Sarah. I don't know if there was a misclick there or just trying to find Salty Sylveon, who was just flying around, but no one is found there from that high noon. Jake falls off the map. Shatter coming out from Cancun, but they're getting incredibly low too. Another barrage comes out, but the kills go in the way of the Sharkboys right now as 3 VCU members are down. Make that 2 VCU members are down as the res comes back out on the Salty Sylveon, but even before I could finish that sentence, Salty Sylveon falls again. Hippie getting D-Mech, and Cero just absolutely cleaning up the VCU side right now, but VCU has taken the lead and they are just trying to stagger and die on point right now to get as much or percentage as they can. 64% going over to VCU before the Sharkboys are able to recap there, and now they start building more percentage and potentially, and we'll probably take the lead here before another team fight fully breaks out. Jake finding Postule, start everything here is a good opening pick from them. They do have their pulse bomb ready to go. They are looking for it. It gets eaten by Antic, and that was like just clearly mapped out, or I'm forgetting what the actual word was. Sylveon finding Cancun there. Down goes Immortality Field. Down goes Redeemer. Bomb coming out from Antic. Doesn't find anyone on point. Antic trying to go for a clutch kill, but not finding anyone right now. Postule falls. Sylveon getting the boop kill onto Cero. Probably feels really good, but now they just have to deal with Antic on point. Looks like a second member of the Sharkboys has come back on point as well, but I don't think they'll be around very long to see it. But they have taken over into 94, 95. Oh, it might be taken over into overtime here, but no one for the VCU is on point, and that is a crucial mistake. They easily could have capped that before the Sharkboys were able to get it into overtime, and now VCU cannot let them retake the point. 2 ultimates ready for the Sharkboys. 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates about to be ready for the Rams right now. Sylveon does have a barrage ready if it can come up in the clutch. Oh, just getting out of the way of that high noon. That could be game-changing for them, but Sarah able to find Novadin is a problem. Here comes a barrage going after anyone, but does not find. Oh, it finds one there late, but Sarah going in, finding 2. And as the Sharkboys start the retake point right now, but Hippie able to take care of Sarah. Sylveon able to take care of Redeemer, but still 2 members of them on point. A stick coming out from Postule on the Salty Sylveon does kind of hurt their chance right now, but the Nano coming out onto Hippie might just be enough to withstand them in this fight, especially with Nova Hayden coming back. Jelani falling off the map, that's not what you want to see if you're a Rams fan, but they are still contesting this point really good right now, especially with Swaglops doing enough there to keep their members alive. Novadin popping that primal red, trying to knock anyone out of the point as they can. Both teams in overtime right now. Novadin getting incredibly low, getting pestered here by Redeemer, but able to kill them. But finally, Novadin falls with 3 kills going the way of VCU. 4, 5 kills going the way of VCU, and VCU does it. They lock themselves in the playoffs with the first map win. They win their second game of the season tonight in a straight sweep against the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys. What a dominant performance this was for VCU. While this last map, if you just only started watching from the time we started Ilios, it might not have seemed that dominant. VCU was dominant on those first 2 maps. We finally saw some life come out of the Sharkboys there in that third and final map, but VCU just able to withstand on that point long enough. A very, very scrappy team fight, and that's what I always say. The teams that win are the teams that can just withstand and win these scrappy team fights. When multiple members of each team are down and you're only really left with one support, whoever can win those team fights are normally teams that win, and VCU pulled it out of the bag tonight, winning their second game of the season and sweeping the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to figure out if we can get someone to come in here and talk from VCU.
つより機内ですね。
Welcome back, everyone, after that kind of a long break there, but I'm glad to be here with our MVP of the game tonight, Salty Sylveon. What a performance from you and your team tonight.
Thank you. I'm really proud of us. I think it was a really hard fought win, and yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about your guys' performance so far this entire season. You came in this game 1-7, not necessarily, and you guys did not play like that at all. I even said during the stream, it seemed like you guys were playing like a team that was 7-1. Did you guys just find something this week that just absolutely turned everything around?
I think we just came together as a team. I mean, it was a very long season of just loss after loss, and it may bring a bit of tension and stress, but I believe that we all came together and just we actually thought and fought as a team, and it produced results, and I'm extremely proud of us. And I do want to give a big thanks to my friend Austin. Unfortunately, one of our players wasn't able to come into to the game today because it's final season, and final season is gross. But he rang for us, and he did amazing. I want to thank him for that.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you to him. But I want to talk about your multiple. You had 3 more than 4 people barrages. Like, what goes through your head when that happens?
Rip and tear. That's all that goes in, that goes through the mind. Because when we're playing Pharah, we use that Pharah as a counter to mainly rush comps, and they can't really touch you or anything, and you just come from behind and then just pelt down barrage rain rockets just out of there.
Yeah, I was always surprised with how often you were just able to kind of get behind them or just kind of float above them, and they just kind of never dealt with you. It happened 3 separate times, and hell, that last one you did on Elios found 4, and then you found a 5th one right after it. You pretty much essentially won a team fight by yourself there.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I love playing Pharah. Pharah's so fun in the right hands, and you just rip and tear.
So with this performance, do you guys think that you guys will be able to carry this momentum into your next couple games?
I think so. There's also just finals are almost done. Thank God. and then after that we have so much time, and we'll just be able to practice a lot more. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know what finals week is like. I'm going through it right now too. But congrats to your team and yourself on the amazing win tonight. I hope this momentum from this game carries on because you guys were playing like a team that I would never want to face.
Thank you so much. All right. You have a great rest of your day.
You too. All right. And that will pretty much do it for us here tonight at the Peaches. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and watched this excellent game. VCU Rams take the game in a 3-0 sweep over the New Jersey Institute of Technology Sharkboys. VCU improves their record to 2-7 on the year, knocking down the Sharkboys to, I believe it's 2-6 on the year. They knocked down the Sharkboys to a record of 5-3. But that will do it for us here tonight. I want to thank my producers tonight before we go of Kothar and Adsaw. Thank you to it's just my bad, just ads. Never mind, not ads, so just ads. But thank you to them. Thank you to Hippie for getting all this set up. And that will do it for us here tonight. As always, I have been Dextron. For all you college students out there, good luck on your finals this week or next week, whenever they might be. And I hope you all have a great night and a great rest of your week.